We ready? What? I'm ready. What did you say before that?
I said you've seen me at my most terrible.
You think?
No, not necessarily, but you've seen me at low points for sure. Like vomiting into a wag bag in your car, dude.
Yeah, we're live.
Cool.
All right, let's see here. So I think let's just give it a couple minutes here. What's up, everybody? We're just getting started here and having fun. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day. What are you doing, Elizabeth?
Oh, just checking the social medias.
Nice.
What's going on over there?
Well, almost have everything ready here. About to start. I don't know why. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah. That's really cute, dude.
Is that comfortable?
No.
Because of my arm?
Well, it's fine.
All right, so we're going live. You ready?
Yep.
All right. All right. So here we are, everybody. We are
live on some websites. Not on
yes.
ours, though.
So basically, you can just go to our website, which is walktheparks.com, and you can check out. There's some links there that you can check out. So right now we're just chilling, but today is day 6. We've almost spent a whole week out here, which is kind of crazy. We're in our tent 'cause it's a little bit cold outside and it is quite windy. So we were thinking maybe the sound would have been bad, but now that I think about it, I look outside like terribly bad. So now it's too late. Take a look at our surroundings a little bit here. You can check that out.
That's a bush right there.
Yeah, that's a bush. We're actually in like a, I don't know if I should say this. We're in a creek bed, which is not really ideal place to the ideal place to camp, really, because if there is some sort of if it rains a lot, but there's 0 rain in the forecast, and I promise if it starts raining, we will 100% get up and move. So that's no problem. I think so. Here, I could probably do this and then do this, or you can hold it.
I'll hold it up here.
Yeah, and then like
Super
with
far away.
well with whatever you want, or closer. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. All right, cool. So now we'll go through everything here, and would love if anybody has any questions, please ask. We were just talking before we went live about how I don't know. It's been kind of good. Like I had a little bit. Well, it's still extremely challenging. Like my pack is heavy as hell. Carrying all this stuff to be able to do this, and I am definitely still gaining strength. So it's certainly a strength gaining thing, but it's been really cool. Like I was like a little bit worried. Like I was like, oh man, is Elizabeth going to be down to wait for me and stuff? But I think we have a pretty good. It seems like we have a pretty good rhythm going on from my perspective. I don't know. What do you think, Elizabeth?
I agree. I think, like, you're so much taller than me that your gait automatically makes up for a lot of like you're already like if you didn't have a 70 pump pack on, you'd be much faster than me. But since you're slowed down, I feel like we're not like not the same pace, but like maybe more even. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I think where I was thinking about this today. I think right now with my enormous pack, I think on downhills and flats, I'm about the same speed, maybe slightly faster in some regards. And then on uphill, I am just significantly slower,
Yeah, that's true. I'm faster on the uphill.
is the reality. Because every time the PCT is like, man, the Pacific Crest Trail is so well graded. It's so nice. But man, I can feel every single hill, which is kind of
Yeah.
funny.
But I also, that means I get to sit in the sun and read a lot. So that's so fine with me. I'm happy to sit in the sun and read.
Yeah, I agree. So, a couple big accomplishments today. Number one, we we did our longest hike of the whole time so far. It's not a lot, but we did 13.2 miles, which is pretty good by our standards. We did over half a marathon, so that's cool. And we started quite late. I don't think we got on trail today till like 10:30 or something like
Yeah.
that. Um,
We also took like a couple longer breaks, just hanging out.
Yeah, we did take a couple longer breaks. We also changed the time. Like we were saying before that we were, well, I don't really know. I think things got confused. Did we say 5 p.m. or 6 p.m.? Regardless, we're changing it to 6 p.m. It's going to be 6 p.m. Pacific. So
So
it's,
that we can have more time to hike during the day.
yeah, because we were
Basically.
basically we found like 5 p.m. even just after a couple days, we're like, oh man, that we have to get to camp early, and it doesn't give us that much time. Whereas today was kind of nice. We had our biggest mile day, and we managed to
Like hang out for a little bit, enjoy our like insanely beautiful Airbnb, and then like shower, and then we got to take a couple breaks.
yeah, let's get into that actually. The Airbnb was absolutely incredible. Like
Sick.
thank you so much. Like that was like the craziest deal and just amazing. It's so nice that they just kind of like hikers, and I don't know what the real plan is. There's a ton of beds in there. I don't know if they like it's not really well advertised. Like I don't know if it will be in the future.
I think it's just like usually it's an Airbnb, but when they don't have Airbnb people, it's like hikers can use it.
Yeah.
Such an interesting angle that we've chosen.
Well, why?
Because like
What do you want?
I don't know.
You want it to be like more
Well, what if we just
like
like
this?
that up? What would happen?
Like what do you mean? I don't think I can. No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Let's do
So anyway, would love if people had any sort of questions about anything at all. Please throw them out there. Would love to hear them. Um, we are here for you. Um,
I love that it's frozen on that. That's awesome.
let's see what happens. All right, but anyway, so basically, today was awesome. Like the Airbnb, we had it all to ourselves. There's literally like 8 beds in there. When we got there yesterday, it was kind of funny because this couple answered the door. They were European. I don't know. I want to say German. Do you think they were German? What language? Were they speaking French?
I couldn't hear them speaking to each other. They gave Scandinavian vibes.
Oh, really?
Maybe like Swedish or
Okay. They were very good looking. Both of them were quite attractive people. But anyway, they also seem quite a little skeptical. Do you agree with that? Or
I just think maybe they didn't know another like group was coming.
yeah,
Like
and
no, like there was not a ton of communication or expectations shared by the host, so I think that was maybe they just didn't know.
yeah, and they wanted to stay longer,
Yeah.
but the host didn't respond, so pretty much it was a no on that. Um,
Yeah.
So, but it was funny because they're like, "Oh, she hasn't responded," but she like responded to me like numerous times. I didn't tell them that, but I think it's more like they only want people to stay one day. They don't want people like moving into their lovely Airbnb.
Yeah.
We did look up just out of curiosity, like Airbnbs in the area during peak season, which is like July and August, and it was like some insane amount of money.
It's like $800 or something.
Yeah, something absolutely insane. So super grateful that we got to stay there. It was
So
awesome.
nice.
We got to have like farm raised eggs today. They were like little, but they were
They're
amazing.
so good.
Yeah, that was what a cool.
I got to sit in my little nook and read
Yeah.
and like drink coffee and
But that's like the ideal, really. We were talking about this, about when you have, like, because you want your days off or your town days to be as restful as possible, because, like, that's when your body gains the most muscle and does the most recovery and things like that. But a lot of times it's really hard because you're also, like, when you're in the wilderness, it's like, you're like, oh, I can go out to eat or, like, go drink soda or go
yeah.
shopping or,
I feel like so many of my like 0 days have just been running around getting groceries or like stopping to
yeah.
get other places and
Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm sure sometimes it'll be like that for us too here. But really, like, you try to prevent that because I mean, the ideal anyway is just to be as restful as possible. Like, if there's like a huge grocery store like half a block away, that's like the absolute dream. I mean, for me, ooh, all right, we can go through our absolute dream days off as a hiker. I mean, it could be insane. I mean, obviously, I want to be an ocean of $100 bills, but 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 no. Prefer hiking like just a decent place to stay. Really, like, maybe like there not being tons of people around, because it's also easy to get
Yeah.
distracted by people. Like, it can be fun to stay at hostels and like the vibe can be cool, but at the same time, dude, people snore so loud, or people like get
Yeah.
drunk, or
People are annoying at hostels just
yeah,
all the time, no matter what. Hostels are kind of
yeah.
like
Like, it's
there's
fun.
gonna be someone who's
And there's
annoying.
a thing too, but I guess just restful typically doesn't correlate with hostile, and that's
Yeah.
and like because restful I see is like a big part of my ideal place. Anyway, for me, so it'd probably be just like one room or a couple people, you know what I mean, or a few people around, but not a ton. And then I like a kitchen. I like to cook food because I miss cooking food. Like, not that I'm like freaking master chef over here, but I just love it. Like, I'd love to, like, oh, I would love nothing more to have like a what do I really want? I want like a Caesar salad
Yeah. I
with
can't say
like
Caesar
with
salad.
like but with like a whole bunch of chicken on top
Mhm.
and like a whole bunch of avocado. Like,
Oh.
that's like what I pretty much want to make every time that I'm
See, anytime it's just like anything with like a fresh ingredient, like,
yeah.
like any kind of salad or like fruit or
hmm
meat or something.
And it's so
It's just
good
like,
because a lot of times restaurants are cool. I'm not opposed to them, but for me, I mean, I'm a big dude carrying like a 70-pound pack or however much it is. We'll weigh it at some point and hopefully and be able to tell you what the actual weight is. But I'm just like, man, I want more food usually, so I can so if I can make food, like, I can just have a huge, like, I would just love to have that. That's literally what I'd make. I think is a huge Caesar salad with a ton of chicken on top and a whole bunch of avocado in
that
theirs
sounds so
as
good.
well. That's and
Or like a smoothie or something.
yeah, smoothies are
Yeah.
good too. Like, fruit is so good. Ice cream is so good. Life is
Mhm.
so good. So anyway, that's my dream. And but with the grocery store right next door, so that way you can resupply, you can get your food for the next stretch, and if you want to make more food or add things, like, it's right there. What about you? What's your dream day? Is it
My dream
similar?
day, I feel like I need like 2 hours of like not talking to anyone else. Like I need to like
Yeah.
not be around anyone. Um,
And I think
just like
we got that in this last place
yeah,
because you got to read for a long time. I mean, even though I was there, I felt like we were kind of living our separate existences. Did you
yeah.
feel that or no?
No, it was nice, yeah. Cause like I feel like even though I don't really talk to a lot of people during the day on the trail, it's not like restful, you know? I need like restful time where I'm not talking to anyone and not doing anything else really. Like taking a nap maybe is like a really good way to say that. Um, and then I don't know, I feel like if there's some sort of like body of water to jump in, that's always fun.
Okay.
Like that's
Swimming
not
pool or
yeah, or like a lake or something. That's
okay.
not really like that common, but it's happened before. And that's really nice. And then yeah, just like ability to eat something like fresh and nice and like go to bed early, watch a movie, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna put this really close to me for a minute here. You can look at my beautiful sunburnt face, but I wonder if we can do display. I just wonder if we can put like put a grid on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, 'cause that would be so much better.
Didn't we? You skipped grid.
It was on there.
Did I feel like I saw it
It was something.
back up there?
Oh, but it's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, well, that doesn't work. All right. Oh, but it's a quick button. All right, so these are quick buttons, I assume. Which one would be grid?
The one that looks like a grid.
Oh, you're crazy. Dude, this is so game changing right here because we have, all right, dude,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Wait, how does it? All right, so, oh God, here we hold it for a while. So anyway, please let us know if you have any questions about anything, or if anybody does. Would love to chat people up here. Um, let's see.
Should we go through our day?
Yeah, we'll go through everything. We have our list, so like we'll go through this and then we'll kind of go from there. All right,
Mhm.
all right, you go ahead.
All right. Today we did 13.2 miles, which is our biggest day so far. Um, I feel pretty good about that. I feel like it was an easy 13.2, or just like it didn't feel like it took very long to do
Yeah.
13.2.
The
Yeah.
sun, I mean, the only downside for me besides my insane pack, which definitely, so right now, I really, really feel, and I'm not trying to complain. We were talking earlier, like mentally, I actually feel quite strong. I'm happy, I'm positive, I'm optimistic. Life is pretty good out here. It's fun. I would love it if there were some more people in here. I'm not going to lie about that. Like, if we just talk, so we just have people's questions to answer. Like, I know some people are in here lurking a little bit. You guys could throw out some questions if you want to, but that's okay. You can just lurk too. I'm not against.
Yeah, we like people watching too. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super awesome. So anyway, but man, I feel it in my traps. Oh my God. Like my legs actually feel pretty good. I feel it like a tiny, tiny bit. I mean, if I'm honest, in my feet, a tiny, tiny bit in my, like a tiny, tiny bit in my,
What if we sat up?
all right, you want to
How
sit
about
up
that? Yeah.
and then do what? Set it up as a tripod? Oh.
I just want to sit.
What?
It feels better to sit, I feel like.
Like this?
Yeah, is that okay?
Oh yeah, feels great. But anyway, so my traps, dude, are like insane. Like I think they just need to build up some strength there. But I've been doing okay. I mean, like we talked about before, like I really only lag behind on the downhills. Everything else were kind of the same speed.
Yeah.
And everything. Look how blonde her hair is getting. That's crazy.
It's getting very blonde in the
That's
sun.
cool. And then other weird issues going on. We both have a couple of rashes, which is not the cool thing you want to talk about with the kids at school.
I think it's poison oak. I'm like 99% sure it's poison
No,
oak.
you
Yeah,
think?
yeah,
Is it super itchy?
yeah,
You think?
yeah.
I don't know.
It's like all over my
I had
neck,
one. I had something like
ears.
this. I don't know what this is.
I feel like that's the end of poison oak. Like it's healing.
Maybe it was itchy, and then
It stopped itching.
I don't know. I feel like there's all sorts of weird plants in the desert. Also, yeah, but it could be poison oak too. I'm not really sure. Could for sure be poison oak. Um, so I also have this weird sunburn, like
A tough sunburn.
so I have this crazy tan I'm developing now. Like we're both wearing sun shirts. What's your thought on that overall, by the way?
I like the sun shirt.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you were because I feel like you were debating a little bit like between just wearing like a tank top or something.
No, I like the sun shirt because it's windy.
Yeah,
And
it's
it keeps me
windy.
a little bit warmer.
And do you think also to protect from sun or not really?
Yeah.
Honestly, or not really?
Yeah, because I have like tattoos of my arms. They're not very big, but like I don't want them to like
Get
be
ruined by the
affected.
sun.
Yeah.
So anyway, so both of us pretty much have our entire upper body fully covered 100% of the time, which is kind of funny on the trail. And then we both are wearing kind of short shorts on the bottom is how we roll. We actually have matching short shorts. So
We did that on accident.
yeah, we actually separately ordered and separately had anyway our short shorts. But anyway, so our upper bodies are fully covered, but both our faces definitely have gotten sun. You went to the beach a couple days before this. I feel like I am pretty like not terrible, but definitely red and like a bit sunburnt. So there's that. One good thing though, my ears haven't been burnt. I have been putting my like sun hood all the way up because sometimes I find, man, in the desert, the tips of your ears get really burnt, and it's so annoying and
I have been
frustrating.
really on top of putting sunscreen on my ears.
You
I'm
have?
proud of myself for that.
That's
'Cause
good.
I always forget that one. Yeah.
But then this area from the bottom of my shorts to like my knee is like insanely burnt. And then below that looks like this, well, it's either like the whitest, most scary, like, like you're shocked by a ghost, like you see it and like blinded. But then it also becomes like just like coated in dirt kind of. That's kind of the status it's at right now. So anyway, that's the but it's so weird. I just want to have I feel like eventually my legs will be somewhat tan.
Yeah. You just gotta you got the base burn going right now. And then
Yeah, little base burn, but you want to control the base. The key with the base burn is
you're really
you,
not supposed to get burned ever. Like it's quite bad for your skin.
yeah, but you want to not overdo it too, because a really bad sunburn, as everybody knows, is just absolutely terrible.
It's uncomfy.
So,
Oh, interesting.
all right, well, we'll ignore that one. And yeah,
Asking the hard-hitting questions over on a different website.
Anyway, so there we go. What did we get through? We got through how
We
many
got through-
miles we did.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
also how we feel. So, terrain was quite nice today. A lot of downhills, like a little bit, some rocky spots a little bit, but not really rocky. I don't know.
We started out in like kind of coniferous forest, which was really pretty, and that was nice. And then we ended up in kind of like deserty area. We're kind of
Yeah.
going downhill, like deserty. Really pretty though. Man, there were some like gorgeous views. We started the day right out from that picnic area. Desert
Yeah.
View picnic area was
I
gorgeous.
feel like the theme of the day was views. Like, it
Yeah.
was just so pretty all day long.
Yeah, I think we'll start to learn like the theme of the PCT is views. Like I don't know, like because everywhere kind of is, but today really had like some pretty dramatic like views. It was pretty like wow, that's awesome. The mountains look cool. I looked at the map today and I thought like, oh, it might not be that much fun because it kind of looks like it follows closely to a road, but you really don't that much. Should you?
No, perfect either. So it was like
Yeah,
quiet.
and I think the road is essentially like in the middle of nowhere to like where we stayed last night.
Yeah.
So it's very middle of the nowhere which again is kind of astounding because Southern California, like San Diego to Los Angeles, is so extremely developed, and we're not like that far as the crow flies. But I guess once you get out in the desert, it's not as desirable to live, I guess.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. It's so pretty out here, though.
Yeah, I agree. It is pretty, but I guess all the public land or whatnot. So
Yeah.
there's that. I've talked about my legs every day. I gave you those legs. Try some sunscreen. Yeah, I am throwing sunscreen on
You
there.
got sunscreen, yeah.
It's just like, it's just the beginning phases. Usually I wear pants like all the time because I find I either get like some sort of allergic reaction or something like that. But I don't know. Shorts are so nice because they're just like so much more breathable. But I'm throwing some sunscreen on there. We just got a little,
He's trying.
it's got a little base burn on there. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so now let's see. Did you talk about how you feel?
I feel fine in terms of, yeah. I just have like what I think is poison oak. Like, it's a little itchy. I found like a few different spots, like on my leg and on my neck, and
We camped somewhere where it said poison everywhere, and we had looked up photos, and we looked up photos of poison, and we were still kind of didn't really see that much for it. Every single plant we saw was poison. Really see it? Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here.
mosquitoes or something.
We're closing the tent door. We got bugs in here. So it's always this like trade-off between like wind protection, being able to see stuff, or bugs in the tent.
I don't want to kill the bugs, but also like I will.
Yeah,
Like, I really try not to kill creatures at any time, but
fair. All right, cool. But
Yeah.
other than that, you feel fine. You're all good.
yeah,
You're happy how things are going.
My feet hurt a little bit, but like I walked 13 miles with a weight on my back, so like,
Yeah.
to be expected.
Mhm. tomorrow is going to be our 7th day on trail, our 1 week
1 week traileversary.
trailiversary. What should we do to celebrate? Does anybody have any ideas? I think, part of the celebration I think is going to be waking up, taking down the tent, and then hiking for a little while.
That is going to be a big part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll like eat some candy or something.
Yeah, we could do that. We could eat some candy for sure. Um, so
Weather was quite nice today.
Yeah.
It was a little windy like all day.
Yeah, a little windy. I loved it personally. I know Elizabeth thought it was a little bit cold at times. To me, this is like just about perfect. Maybe I would go even a little cooler, which I know is crazy. But yeah, it was windy. It was very sunny. It was like a bluebird day. There's like minimal clouds in the sky.
Yeah, the sun was really nice today. It wasn't too hot.
No, but it wasn't too hot.
Yeah.
At one point, I was sitting down. There's like this bench in the sun, which we took a break at for quite a while, which was cool. But on the like it said on my thermometer that it was 85, but I think that was just a lie because I think it was like the thing it's on is black and I was sitting in the direct sun, so I think it heated up a little from that. But I think it was like mid 70s overall, so mid 70s with some winds, which is like a beautiful day in the desert.
Yeah,
like
so nice.
I feel like you get 10 degrees warmer, you start being like, oh, it's kind of hot. If it's like 85, 10 degrees cooler, you're definitely like with the wind, you're like, this is a little cold. So honestly, probably about perfect weather today. Like you can't really ask for much more in late April, early May in the desert.
Lovely.
Water.
There's ample water today.
There was ample water.
And stuff.
There was no streams though. Basically, so right now we're just going like we went to. Oh, this is kind of funny about water. First off, we saw like we went to this first place that was a faucet. Like we had to go off the trail just like 100 yards or so to get some water, and there was a faucet, and there's just like this military dude sitting there like in the corner. He was like fully kitted out,
like very camouflaged.
Yeah, like hard to even see him. Really, it was like funny, but he's like just sitting there. And then there was another guy too. Like neither of us saw till he like got on his like military radio or whatever.
Oh, I saw him before that, and I was like, "Are we surrounded right now?"
Yeah, we were kind of wondering. I talked to him a little bit, and they're like, "Yeah, we had this exercise." He was like, "I had to crawl under a bunch of brush and stuff," and I was like, "Okay." I offered him food. I was like, "I didn't know what his deal. Like if they are just being tortured or I have no idea."
We're not the hottest people out here.
But we saw a freaking cone. This was like bigger than Elizabeth's head. It was enormous.
Cool.
Picked up to, and I don't know. This weight was probably a guess was the most realistic at like 8 pounds or something. But it was like a spiky 8-pound pine cone that was like the size of a football.
It's a weapon.
Can you imagine getting hit by that? I was just thinking, like, man, these trees would be nice to camp under, but imagine one of those pine cones, it would just like drop right through our tent.
Yeah.
Like a 10-pound freaking pine cone. Anyway.
I feel like that would be like traumatic and terrible, but also really funny. Like in some, like I don't know. I feel like I would start laughing.
Yeah, I mean, if there's death by pine cone and it's a pine cone that's like the size of a football that weighs 8 pounds, I mean, that's hilarious. Nature wins, indeed.
Are there black flies or mosquitoes on the trail? There's definitely mosquitoes, like in Oregon, Washington.
Oh yeah, not yet though. Oh, and in the Sierra too. It'll probably be the worst in the Sierra.
Sorry, your mom asked that question.
Yeah, no, that's great. So there are, there's definitely bugs, but like not bad. Like we have like these little bugs in here, but they haven't really been biting us. Didn't you have like some sort of incident with a bug the other day?
Oh, an ant bit me.
An ant? Did it hurt?
Kinda, but it didn't hurt afterwards. Like it just felt like I was being bit by an ant.
And then we found like one on your face. Wasn't there a spider bite or something? There's some sort of bite on you somewhere, right in your chin or something like that?
This I think is poison oak.
Oh, so never mind. We're back to poison oak with that. But really not. I would say as far as insects go, like minimal annoyance factor, really. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of cowboy camping where you just sleep outside of your tent in the open because there's always something crawling on you and you don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, is it just because you're dirty and it's like the dirt on you that you're feeling, or is it like a bug crawling around or something like that?
I feel like usually it's a bug. And that's fine, but I can't sleep. I'm the same way.
Yeah, like once I get one thing, then all the other things feel like, oh, I'm like itching.
It's really hard for me to sleep outside of a tent, just cowboy camping.
I just really prefer it. I guess it's a little bit quicker to get packed up, but I'm all good. I'd rather stay in a tent like for sure, pretty much every time.
Yeah.
So So let's see here. All right, next up, we are going to talk about. So anyway, oh, water, and then the next. So then the next water source that we had was like at this trailhead, and there was like this weird looking like well thing, but the water was really clear, so that's nice. And we hung out there. They had picnic tables and stuff. Like it was actually awesome. We
That's
took like
really
an
nice.
hour and a half break. She read in the sun for quite a while. I just like hung out and like I don't know. A lot of times, to be honest, it's kind of like even doing this is a lot, like because you really just want to like chill out honestly, and like rest like a lot of times, or read or something like that. I mean, me with my pack, I'm just like exhausted a lot of time, but it's all good. um, let's see, flora and fauna. Ooh, we both got pictures. She got a better one of, there's these cool lizards. What are they called? A coastal.
Coast horned lizard. They're really cool. They're like thick and kind of they're not very long, but like very spiky. I guess that's the horned part. Um, what's the fun fact we learned about them?
They, as a defense mechanism, can squirt high pressure blood out of their
It's
eyelids.
disgusting.
Yeah, and there's like a picture of it. But
So
if that's
scary.
indeed the species of lizard that we saw, um, that's crazy. We also saw um, it's quite windy. We saw a bird that was like struggling to get back to its house. Um, we saw there were all these memorials. This isn't really flora and fauna, but there are all these memorials like along the side of the trail. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research to figure out what the deal was there. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of sad though. There was like, because we saw one and we're like, okay, maybe someone passed away here, but then we saw like a bunch more, right? Wasn't it like,
Yeah,
is
there's
in
like three of them,
and
but
was it
there's
three? Some of them were like a bunch of people
three
too,
separate
right?
spots, but yeah, like multiple people in each one.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
don't know. It looked like it might have been a road like before, and there was a huge drop off on the side of it. So maybe it was just like a super dangerous road
Yeah.
before, because there was like these walls and stuff like that. So anyway, some memorials there. Trying to think else. Did we see any other animals today?
I
I
think so.
saw like
Some
a lot of
squirrels.
lizards like scampering off. You saw some squirrels. I don't even know if
Mhm.
I saw a squirrel really.
Mostly in the campgrounds, but
Um,
yeah, and then flora and fauna. I feel like have we seen those blue bushes yet?
aren't those the same ones we've been seeing? Like the
It's like a darker color
You
though.
think?
Yeah,
It was gorgeous
they're
though.
really pretty.
Oh my God, there's all these bushes with these white flowers, and there's these purple flowers. I saw some beautiful red flowers. There are these little tiny like purple ones too. You see those?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gorgeous.
There's like little, like tiny fields of white, the little white ones too. Do you see those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cute.
Yeah, so all sorts of flowers in the desert. Everybody for the most part tends to think the desert is more like, just sand and stuff like that, but it's really not. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
So that's
lots
been
of
cool.
diversity for sure.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Um,
What else?
so, all right. Flora and fauna, trail magic. We kind of already hinted into that, but man, I would consider trail magic where we stayed. Like it was
Yeah.
amazing. We had those eggs this morning, farm
We had a
fresh eggs.
salad lot. There was just like a salad kit in the fridge.
There
There
was
were
Ben and
donuts.
Jerry's. We had
Yeah.
chocolate chip cookie dough. Ben and Jerry's
Yeah.
pint was just in there for the
We
taking.
had popcorn, tea, coffee.
Yeah, we had popcorn with tahini, and both of us like inhaled a little tahini and like coughed. That was pretty funny. That's true.
Yeah.
Coffee. We had tea and stuff. It
Mhm.
was. They had some soda there, which was awesome.
It was very nice.
It was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Esther and Hannah.
Yeah, Esther and Hannah were amazing. Crazy that we found it. I don't know. A lot of times I'll take a chance. Like I like to read through all the comments on the guidebook to see if there's anything weird, or you know what I mean? Because sometimes there's like just little places where people don't advertise a ton, or they wish they were bigger and they just need to advertise and just
Mhm.
don't. Um, but anyway, so we just found like the kind of diamond that, like, it was incredible. There was another comment I read that said somebody paid $300 for a private cabin or something, and I was like, oh, only like 2 days ago.
We received for a private house
Yeah, with unlimited
with
free
food. Yeah,
or not, but close.
yeah.
There was a ton of food there. Cool. And then, but then other than that, No trail magic, which was okay. I did see a dude in like a van at one of the viewpoints, or like because there is a road and it like did go. The trail did go close to the road at like the water source areas and like there were parking lots because there's trailheads. I did see a dude in a van and I was like, creepy dude in a van or trail magic in a van, and
There's a fine line.
it was neither though in this instance.
Oh,
So
unfortunate.
it was just a van.
A mysterious third option.
But I was also thinking like van life. I don't know. Like the funny part of van life is like, what do you do with a lot of unless you're like really hardcore into whatever your sport is, you're just like chilling and I don't know. So you just probably chill at a trailhead a lot.
Sure.
Not against it because you can't like hike all the time. And then
Yeah.
I don't know. I've also thought I don't know. Van life has intrigued me so much,
Yeah.
but also like uh I don't know. I feel like it's scary to leave your van because you have this expensive van. So like, do you want
And
to
it's
leave
like
it for like
it has
days?
all of your possessions in it.
I know. So it's almost
Yeah.
like, does it keep you locked to the van a little bit because you're afraid to leave, or do you just suck it up and just go?
That's a good question. Dude, I have a friend who been living in a van for like 3 years, and she's a pet cat, and she leaves the cat in the van, like not all
Okay.
day, but like and like leaves the windows open for him and stuff. But I feel like that would stress me out, cause like,
Yeah.
what if my cat like
Your cat gets hurt
somehow
or
starts
something
the
like
engine
that.
or something? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
totally. That makes sense. Um, hike we took in Palm Springs. Yeah, when were we there? I feel like we were there like quite a long time ago, right? That was like my first time in the desert. We went to Palm Springs, and we also went to and stuff like that.
Fun.
That was pretty cool. But I do remember it. I remember it being beautiful. I desert, and as I spent more time here, I like it more and more time I come. Really, you just have to, I don't know, bring a little. I was 14. Nice. All right. I've been here. So let's see what else in terms of food. Oh man, my favorite food of the day. Well, probably was when we woke up. I made eggs and we had half a donut, and I made it into a smiley face with two eyes of the eggs and the half a donut as a smiley
It
face.
was very cute. Yeah.
And that's probably the best food. But as far as on trail, let's see, what did I eat today? I had some cashews that were pretty good. I had some. I had like a fruit bar that was quite good. I had some peach rings that were quite tasty. What about you? What did you have?
I had a lot of snacks too. I had some like fig bars. I had a one like Rogue Welch's fruit snacks. Like I didn't see any other packs of that in our resupply, but I got
Yeah,
the one pack, so that's
that's good.
lucky.
I had a liquid IV. I had some lemonade. Oh, that reminds me, I have more lemonade that I can be drinking right now.
Yeah, get that out.
Yeah. So this is
Um,
my 64 ounce.
I had some Slim Jims. I had like this fancy trail mix that I made
Oh
with
yeah.
like chocolate chips and cashews and dried strawberries and
Yeah. That's true. I forgot about that. Chocolate chips,
cranberries.
dried strawberries, or is it dried cherries?
No, those are the dried. Maybe they're craisins or
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't know, but it's not the cherries. That was very yummy. I had some animal crackers, just like what am I trying to say? Smorgasbord? Is that the word?
Yeah, I mean, hiking a lot of times is like that's a good way to describe it. It's like a large smorgasbord of snacking.
A menagerie of snacks.
Yeah, it's like it's a menagerie of snacks. So I find though that sometimes I have trouble drinking enough water. We're learning that Elizabeth and I kind of have a little bit different water intakes. Makes sense. I mean, I'm a lot bigger guy. My pack is huge. I sweat a lot more and stuff like that. So it's hard for me sometimes to be able to even drink enough water. Um, so trying to do that. Um,
I've never been good at properly hydrating myself, I
well,
think.
the desert is the hardest though too because it can like affect you
Yeah.
if it gets a lot hotter. But anyway, so now I have this insanely large 64 ounce bottle. Really, because it's like the cheapest way to buy
I
drink
like that
mix. To be
it's
honest.
very nondescript. Like
What do you mean? It's like an ocean
Yeah,
spray.
but it's
Like,
there's not like a label on it.
well, I
You
took
can't
it
really
off because
tell.
I get worried. I try to take off the labels, guys, because maybe you lose them and then you end up littering
No, I get it.
unintentionally.
It's funny to if I were to see that like in any other like situation other than trail, I'd be like that's like ludicrous, you know. But it makes
I
sense
mean,
on
it's
trail.
pretty ludicrous in general, really.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, I need a 64-ounce bottle because it's 64-ounce packets of mix. I don't want to be estimating the.
Yeah, you don't want to lemonade.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, so, do you have electrolyte packets? We
do.
we do. I did have one liquid IV. I mean, the thing about liquid IV is it's really good. It's just it's expensive. Like even at its cheapest, it's like $1 a packet, which is kind of highway robbery.
All electrolytes are very expensive, like kind of no
Yeah.
matter what brand you
But
go
it's
with.
kind of weird though too, because when you research electrolytes, isn't it mainly like salt? So like,
Well, if you
oh,
it's salt, magnesium, or sodium, magnesium, and then there's one other like mineral that is like you get the complete
okay.
hydration if you have all three.
Okay.
But I can't remember what they are.
I strongly prefer a liquid IV to the other ones in terms of taste, though. I hate Element and stuff.
You hate Element?
It's so gross.
Element's my favorite.
Really?
It's so salty.
You like it better than? I find it.
Yeah.
It's like salt, but the salt is good, but it's mixed with like just disgustingness. I just find their flavor is kind of gross.
No, I like Element the best for sure.
Okay.
It's my favorite. I feel like Element is the one that I like put it in and I immediately drink the whole thing.
Another thing that brings to mind is it's kind of one of our funniest purchases at Sam's Club. We bought like 1,200 salt packets or something.
It was like what, $3 or something?
And your mom is so like generous to send us all these like packages, but excuse me, but like we haven't gotten any yet.
Well, we haven't gotten any packages.
I know we're gonna try to figure that out after the stream. I mean, to be honest, we should kind of do that stuff on stream too. Really, it's probably interesting to people. But anyway, so salt packets are gonna be a part of our lives, and maybe we'll find that.
Oh yeah, you should do a tour of the 70-pound pack.
Yeah, you do a tour of the 70-pound pack is a good idea.
I'm glad the streaming is crisp. That's good to hear.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear it too. It's kind of insane. We just literally have a Starlink set up in the vestibule of the tent. Here, I can show that, like literally that is a Starlink plugged into a huge battery, of which I have 3, which is absolutely insane. But it's really cool. Starlink is amazing in terms of just that, like you can have like high-speed internet anywhere if you're dumb like me and willing to carry a heavy enough pack for it. So there's that.
That's pretty cool.
We'll give you a tour. Not though.
All of our stuff is kind of scattered.
Just because we're set up, but that's a really good idea. I did do a video of like. But anyway, we'll do it on a live stream. That's a good idea to do like a full tour of my pack. That's a great idea. Maybe we'll even do that. We'll maybe do that tomorrow. Let's see. People that we met.
We met one guy who's section hiking.
Oh yeah.
Whose name we cannot remember because it is like kind of nonsense.
Yeah, it was like 9 syllables. It was like da da ba la na na. Yeah, or something. Like, and it didn't sound like a word or anything. But it was hard to remember. But he said I asked him once or twice to repeat like what his name was, and like neither of us got it. But he was really nice.
Ask the story because I feel like that would have given context and help us remember.
It's funny. Yeah, we're extremely high tech, Casey. We have insane. My body sadly is low tech. If you know of any sort of like exoskeleton or anything that I can attach to myself, or a drone that will just like follow me around, like a dog or something, that would be nice.
Like a dog.
But yeah, we're very very high tech up in here. And
then we kind of flip-flopped with this one guy who
oh
had
yeah,
the Seattle Seahawks hat guy. He was nice.
He was nice. I talked to him a couple times, and he was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm gonna try and go to Canada," and he's like, "Me too," and he's like, "Your pack looks like mine," and I was like, "Yeah, buddy," and then I was like, "Hell yeah, we got this." So trying to be encouraging. Well, he looked like he had, like a little bit more budget where,
Did I pack for myself? I have a Kindle, which I think some people would consider a luxury.
Definitely.
Yeah. But I read a lot, so I feel like it was necessary. And then what else do I have? Like some extra clothes, because I get very cold. So like extra layers. I think maybe not a lot of people have like as many layers as I have. What else?
Other luxuries. I mean, we both have a stove,
Yeah.
which is kind of a luxury. I don't know that we really need it, to be honest, but I guess we'll keep it.
I like having warm food.
Having the ability, yeah, that's true.
It's worth
Other
the
luxuries.
extra.
What were those wipe things that the face
I have
specific wipes?
They're called micellar water wipes. I just had them left over from like normal life, and I didn't want them to go to waste, so I brought them. And they're actually quite nice in terms of like getting sunscreen off, and I probably won't repurchase those for the rest of the trail, but they're nice to have for now.
Yeah. Things we wish we had is a little bit of what were you trying to buy today?
Oh, hydrocortisone cream. Yeah. I feel like that's just I just
for first aid kit
completely
type
forgot
thing.
to bring that. Yeah.
Normally you bring it.
I have that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, other people we met. We were kind of commenting about this, about how like the trail culture is a little bit different on the PCT, and we are kind of debating why. And I think one of the reasons is they have this permit system. So you have to get it, and what people don't realize, you actually really don't need a permit. There's kind of a way to do it where you don't need it, but they don't really advertise it well, so it requires kind of a lot of research. Like I feel like everybody I encountered who I told that was like, no way, really? Like that's not what I was told, or something like that. So
we're trying to set up the tripod so we don't have to keep holding the.
Yeah, sorry, just getting tired. All right, so something like that.
Is this gonna work?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna be like. Okay, cool.
Are you okay with where your legs are?
That's fine, yeah.
So anyway, so there's the permit system, because they supposedly only allow 50 people per day, but it's a little bit of like a farce. Like you can still do it if you read the red tape fine enough, like where you just need 3 separate, I don't know, there's just a calculated method to do it. Anyway, so that's not super well known though, so that keeps some people off, because there are a ton of people that go for permits. But then also what we found is, as long as you're willing to, and this is actually my secret for getting reservations in general on like recreation.gov, you just have to check it like 50 times a day. Just keep it open in a tab. It is annoying, but you literally just like click refresh like every time you remember, or set like a 10-minute timer. Like you can almost always get whatever you want. It is annoying, but like we were able to, we both have valid permits, and they're for the same day, and we both started out not with this day. Like basically I chose a date that seemed to make sense to me, and was like, we will get that. And like it took me a while, but I finally got it, and then it took her a while longer, but we got that one too.
Mostly Blake did that though. Like
yeah, that's
at
true.
work he would just like sit there and like refresh.
I guess it's one of those funny things where like I think it's not that bad. No, you mean I worked extremely hard, and then in my little bit of free time,
very sparse spare
I would sometimes refresh the tab.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah, thank you, Elizabeth. So anyway, so that's part of it. So like the permit thing's a little weird. There's also like the Appalachian Trail, for instance, which probably has the highest like culture. I don't know how you everybody would pretty much be in agreement for that. But there's shelters there, and it tends to bring people together because they almost always have water sources. They almost always have like campsites, like and the shelter, a privy. Yeah. So it is kind of weird. Like it's most people's kind of nightmare to encounter strangers in the woods. Like at least on paper, that's like how horror movies are written. But like on the AT, people just go there intentionally to like camp with other strangers, and it makes it cool. Whereas here, and especially for us, I guess, like we're not really trying to do this like directly in other people's faces. Like, 'cause if people don't want to participate, and some people might be like somewhat offended that we can nature, even though it's really different cell phone, and it just like we have like it's like having a really good has coverage where yours doesn't or whatever. Like, to be honest, I think people get a little bit over the top about it, like potentially like about like, but
people can be very in nature with their technology. Like a lot lot of people like blast music or like have a giant have out. Like it can be over the line. I don't think we're doing that though. Like we're being very respectful.
I agree, and we're trying to be like over the top with it, but maybe as a result of that, we meet less people
Yeah.
like so far because we are like trying to do this, and but again also too like I think this will change like further down the trail for sure. Like we'll meet more people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not like upset about
I'm
not
not.
meeting a ton of like I don't know.
I'm really not either.
I feel like
Like
I've met so many people in my life. Like I don't need to meet
No,
many.
I actually kind of agree the same way. I'm actually really excited for this hike because I was like, man, we're gonna focus and do this, and I was like, but then we also have each other as long as we don't like annoy each other and like really, really work on respecting boundaries, like in terms of like throughout the day, like not just it's not like oh hike within 3 inches of me and like talk to me the entire day.
Yeah.
Like we're not, but we knew we were like that before. I think that was one of the like we went on hikes and we're like, this is awesome. We're both like, yo, I'm gonna listen to
We can,
music.
like, do our own thing.
Yeah, which is kind of nice. That just works better for us. Like I think it's just part of like our like through hiking and stuff. So I feel the same way. I'm really not sad about it either. Like it's fine.
Like obviously I'll talk and chat with people if we encounter them, but like
Yeah.
I'm not that sad about like not having a group of 20 people to talk around the fire with.
Yeah, or have to be like we have to we
Yeah.
have to hike together and we have to camp in the same place. Like
Yeah.
I mean, sure, us we really do have to because it'd be like we have
We're
our
sharing
sharing
gear.
a lot of gear, and it's like and it's in separate packs too, so
Yeah.
it's not like we have to, which is fine. But
Yeah. I feel like I just did that with my AT hike. Like I hiked the AT last summer and I was constantly like trying to keep up with people and like I had an established group and like it was so stressful because I was definitely not hiking my own hike like at all. I was definitely hiking other people's hike, which was fine because I liked having those
Yeah.
friends. But it was also I got burnt out and it was kind of exhausting and it's really hard to get motivated over like other
Yeah.
people's timelines and stuff.
But now you're kind of doing the similar thing with me, but
But
it's
I
more.
like you. Like
You do?
Yeah. So it's fine. And I don't know. We compromise for each other. It goes
Yeah.
both ways.
No, I agree. So we have each other. So I think we will meet more like additional people, but I think we're not on the vibes of like if it works. Like I don't know. My favorite strategy long distance hiking tends to be like, man, if you meet people and they're going to be the same pace, like that's awesome. And like maybe you'll split a hotel and stuff with them, but it's like we
Yeah.
kind of have that solved already as far as the splitting of that. And then, but it's also fun to like not be completely like it's okay, man. You do your thing or woman, like it's cool. Like we hopefully meet up and like that's awesome, and like maybe we could share some expenses or some if it makes more sense to like share a place with them. But also like if not, that's cool too, And there's like lots of cool people out here. It's also like the very beginning of the trail, so I think the culture really hasn't like everybody's kind of figuring out what they're doing.
We've had a lot of like first time through hikers too. So.
Yeah, definitely a lot of more than I thought, like a higher percentage. Also, really high percentage of international too. I'd say like over 50%. You think that's accurate from people we've met?
40% maybe.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I've met a lot of Americans too.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So we'll see what happens. Also, hey, what's up? Also,
Yes, we'll be broadcasting 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. We changed it to an hour later.
Yeah, so basically we're gonna really try to do. I mean, hopefully we can stick through this. Obviously, we're figuring this out. We're figuring this out as we go.
Don't kill it.
Oh, dude, you look so angry. Here, will you open your thing and then we'll blow it out? Sorry, we have an ant here. We have an ant. Ant on the laptop. An ant on the laptop. All right, cool. So now we're back. But yeah, we're gonna try to stay consistent. And I mean, so far we have done every day. I mean, Elizabeth took a little bit of a break yesterday, which is fine. Not knocking her for it. But I was on here. I kind of showed pictures. We were in town. I'm thinking we might not do it. Some days we're in town. Just again, it's more of the deal with other people. Like I don't really want to do, just like set up and like, I don't know. Maybe I should though. We'll see how it goes. I'll try to do it as much as I possibly can. And I probably will do it in town. Like if we have a hotel, like if she wants to take a break from it, that's cool though. I mean, whatever. I'm going to try to do it as much as I possibly can. to hopefully build an audience. Hopefully we're interesting. Hopefully this is a cool way to do things. I think it kind of is. It's just we're still kind of exploring the um, different options there. Mexico to Canada, all on foot, or do y'all get rides sometimes? So basically, all on foot. Like we're trying to go the entire way. Really, like so. There's different ethics. Like there is like something that's defined as the Pacific Crest Trail, and I think we won't necessarily always do that. Like we already we walked into Mount Laguna and then we walked out the other side of town.
Yeah.
So like we did continuous footsteps, but we didn't hike. Like we probably skipped like a mile of the actual PCT, but I have zero regrets and will
But
never
we
have a regret.
hiked essentially a mile just next to it.
Yeah,
Like,
just because it went into town, like
yeah.
where we were staying and stuff, and
And
then
it-
we could just walk out the other side of town, and we needed to go to the
It didn't make
store
sense to go
anyway.
backwards to go this way. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, but the goal is to have a continuous footpath from Mexico to Canada. The only time we're really going to take rides is to and from town, because a lot of times the trail doesn't go directly through town. Like it'll come to a road and then we'll like hitchhike, or I guess in the last instance of the town, we walked into town and then walked back out of town.
The other exception is if there's fire, like forest fires, and you have to skip sections.
Yeah,
Like,
or closures.
yeah.
Like there's coming up in like 200 miles. It's funny that things coming up in 200 miles of hiking. Um, cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're looking forward to these live updates. Yeah, we'll be. I mean, the goal is to try our hardest to be on 6 p.m. Pacific, like almost every day. And super excited for that. What's up, Will?
What's up, Will? How's the bike? Give us a bike update. How is the turkey?
Oh yeah, bike
Sorry
and
to
turkey
bombard you with
updates.
questions.
But anyway, 6 p.m. Pacific. We're gonna try to do every night, and hopefully be on here. I would love it, man, if people just ask more questions, or just ask any questions. Really, like we're trying to like. It's really fun for us. I enjoy this. It makes it so we don't just awkwardly stare at each other in the tent. Not that no, it's not awkward
I feel
really.
like even when there's no one on here, we're still good at talking to each other. So it's
Oh,
fine.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm totally
We're
kidding.
just yapping.
It's not gonna be. I don't know. I never really feel awkward around you ever.
No, same.
I
Yeah.
like.
It's chill.
Yeah, it's all good. But anyway,
Oh, are you in Asheville? I guess you did tell me you were going to Asheville.
Walker Pass Trail Magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys
Oh, yeah.
hooked it up last time. That would be incredible. We are slow movers so far, so I don't know when we're gonna get there, but we'll get there. Tomorrow we're gonna try for 16 miles, see how that goes. So that's cool. Will always feels awkward around you guys. I know, me too, Will.
That's fair.
When
Yeah.
when we had those pancake interactions, I was like, oh man, here comes Will. What do I
That
say?
one time we got a beer.
Wait, we got a beer. It was so awkward.
Terrible.
I don't know. When I
Um,
first met you, it was like not awkward, but I was like nervous because I wanted you to like me because you guys are such good friends, and I like Elizabeth so much, and I was like, please like me, Will.
Yeah.
That's me being honest.
He was nervous. It was kind of funny. It was cute though. Will tell Kathy and Bob I say hello and send them love. That's his parents.
Nice. What's up, Kathy and Will?
Bob.
Kathy and Bob.
His name is
His
Will.
name is Will. Well, all right. So there we go. Um, so we didn't leave today. We left the Airbnb around like 9:45.
Mhm.
Then we're at the general store, which they have a bunch of like grand
They have a
there.
lot of cool stuff. Like their
Yeah.
merch would have bought like a
Yeah.
sweatshirt or something.
I know. I actually like their hat,
They had cool
and
hats,
they had
mugs.
like these custom knives. They had these
Yeah.
weird, obscure winter hats from like.
Oh, they had like a branded hat. I don't know if anyone knows what. I feel like that was kind of a niche generational thing that like people in 1998 and 2004 know what Bratz is. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Yeah, what's the scariest part of our journey? The scariest part for right now for me is probably just that I can that I don't get hurt. I'm just scared because my pack is so heavy carrying all this stuff so we can live stream from the trail, like no matter what. That's the scariest part for me right now. But like I said, I do feel strong though. Like I feel good. I definitely don't feel like 100% mentally. I'm there. I've been really focusing on like trying to be positive and like I got strength. I'm not trying to be like I make fun of myself a little bit. Like it's hard not to because I have such a like how dumb am I to carry this pack? But
I feel like it's always a little precarious, like the first few weeks on any trail, like even with it, like especially with a giant pack. But like you don't want to get injured, and you have this huge goal in front of you, and it's a little intimidating, and like
you don't want to like ruin it all.
It's very, like it's a bit of a mental like battle you're fighting with yourself.
Yeah. And then other scariest parts, man, for me it's the heat. Sometimes when it gets like 90, man, it's tough, dude. And with this pack, I'm a little scared of that. I mean, there are for sure rattlesnakes, which neither of us have seen a rattlesnake yet, which is kind of cool. But at least they warn you, I guess. But everybody says, like, I don't know if this is true. I actually want to Google this. This is the second time I've said this on a live stream. But, like, are like supposedly they killed a bunch of rattlesnakes back in the day because like they thought they were bad and didn't like seeing rattlesnakes because nobody wants to be bitten by a venomous snake. I mean, I think fear of snakes is like so ingrained into us. Like it's been amazing times I've encountered rattlesnakes. I like jump the opposite way when I hear it and I'm like, good job, body. I didn't think like, oh, I see snake, therefore I jump this way. It's like you just immediately react and jump the opposite direction. But it's so rattlesnakes are scary, for sure. Mountain lions are scary. Like they say there's more and more encounters, but I think that's kind of a false fear. I mean, I don't know. If I'm totally honest, I don't know if I disclose this that much. I get freaked out sometimes, like just coming upon like trailheads and roads and stuff, because I'm always like, I don't know, man. We're kind of sitting ducks. Somebody could just like rob us or something. I don't want to like advertise that on here, but I don't think it's really.
Like people are always the scariest thing for me on stuff
Yeah.
like this. Like being very alone in the woods, it's like I'm way more afraid of like a random stranger than
I know.
like a mountain lion. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I am too.
Like,
or
people are
like,
so scary sometimes.
yeah, because it's like most time people are really cool and stuff, but it is a little weird. Like every time if you're gonna be like getting in a car with somebody hitchhiking. But I haven't really had bad experiences though.
I've never had a bad experience hitchhiking.
And then I mean, so once in a while you run into like some weird people, but I don't know, man. I just try to show love. I mean, that's my main strategy because like I feel like you run into some people that are kind of definitely have some sort of mental illness, and a lot of people tend to like roll their eyes or like kind of be like not mean to them, but kind of like blow them. I don't know. I just try to be nice, like treat people like so like hopefully they'll be nice to me.
Yeah, I feel like it never hurts to be kind to people.
But I don't know, but it is a little weird, like every time you cross a road and it's just like, oh, I mean, I don't know, dude, like, yeah, like, it's like not that scary, but like a little bit, though. You are in the middle of nowhere. Like if there was a place for a crime, like it wouldn't be,
and like who's gonna know,
the worst place for it. Yeah. But anyway, so we'll try to get off that topic.
But overall, not that scary.
Yeah, overall not that scary. I think it's more just like a mental battle. Like at first, like right now, it's kind of like I don't know, not like romantic, but it's kind of nice. Like it's the trail starting.
We're getting
we're getting into the routine. But then for a lot of people, then the routine becomes like it's not as new. I don't know. I that doesn't really affect me as much. For other people have expressed that a lot. Like it kind of gets boring doing the same thing over and over. Are you affected by that some or?
No, I mean, I could see how it gets a little bit monotonous maybe, and like if you're really tired you can get kind of burnt out on it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably more true on the AT because the scenery is more similar.
Yeah.
But I feel like here, like every single day it's different.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, don't you think so far? Yeah, I think every day has been like tremendously different, really.
Yeah.
Today especially, I was like, man, today was like
very,
absolutely
very diverse. Yeah. Like yesterday we were in like a pine forest, and today we were on the side of a cliff, and then in the desert, and then on the side of a cliff, and
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it was cool. In the view, you can see like the lower desert from here, which is like gorgeous. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, that was a good question. Appreciate that one. Like,
what else? Where's our little list of questions?
Yeah. All right, cool. So we left at 10:30. We got to camp around 5:15.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
5:15. It was pretty much like we rested for a little bit. We like hung out, laid down, got all our tents set up, and did all that,
Mhm.
and then jumped on here. Much nicer starting at 6 for us. I hope that, I don't know, I think that'll probably work, man. 9
Yeah.
p.m. isn't too late on East Coast,
Yeah, I feel
right?
like
Is your
people
mom
are.
up that time?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And
my
like
mom
people
is
are
too.
like in their bed on their phone, you know? It's not like
Yeah.
they've turned the TV off and have left the room like
So I think
normal.
that'll work better for us. It is kind of funny though. I was thinking today, I didn't share this with Elizabeth yet, but in my opinion, the best like 4 hours of hiking are probably like an hour before sunrise to an hour after sunrise, and probably like the hour and a half leading up to sunset and the half hour following sunset. But basically, she likes to sleep in, and we're live streaming, so we're gonna like miss that every single
I'll get up
day.
earlier for some sunrises, for
All
sure.
right. No, I'm not trying to be mean. I just thought it was funny today because I was like, we're doing this during the sunset. The only downside to sunset hiking though is because it's the end of the day. Sometimes all the campsites are snagged, and you end up having to go like way farther than you intended, and that sucks. Like if you're tired and like because everybody else has set up camp. But it is nice because
And
it gets cooler. Go on.
I really don't like hiking in the dark.
Yeah,
At all.
I'm not the biggest fan of it either.
It's kind of scary, and I feel like time moves slower.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of fun if we have each other and we like can hang out, and it's not like, oh, we gotta push to do this, but if it's like once in a while just for fun,
Sure.
like kind of.
If there's not like a
Um,
deadline or some sort of like pressure on us to get somewhere, then it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Thank you so much.
yeah, take off. Thanks so much for checking in. Would love it, man. Throw out more questions if you're ever around. Like, appreciate you. Would love to see you at Walker Pass. I remember that I was at Walker Pass, and I got there, and like somebody showed up. Was like I was right about to leave, and like people pulled in, and they're like, I forget what they said. It was something like, we have 4 coolers of beer and like 50 pounds of meat, and we're cooking all day. You should just stay here or something. And I was like, okay. And then I remember more people came and brought like these coolers of beer and stuff. It was so amazing. There's just so many nice people. Like, and it was just hilarious. I remember I did hitchhike down because I was like, oh, I gotta resupply because I'm gonna eat more food or something, or I forget. But anyway, I came back, and it was just amazing. And those people were so cool. So thank you for amazing trail magic.
Yeah.
I hope we can get more. If you're friendly, please come out and meet us. If you're crazy,
Don't do that.
just that. But if you're really nice and uh, I would. What's the best, the easiest? I would say soda. I don't really like soda. Would you take a soda?
I'd take a soda.
If
Or
all
like
people have,
like a Gatorade or something. Yeah.
like if all they had was Coca-Cola
I would.
and it was ice cold, would you drink it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you would prefer, like, what would be your drink of choice if you just came upon?
Like a LaCroix or something.
Oh, see. I like Coca-Cola or any form of sugar soda.
I'm not a big soda person, but I like soda on trail.
But LaCroix, and then, or maybe like, man, I do like cranberry juice. I'm a sucker for some good juices. Let's see what.
Like fruit is like really
Like pretty
fruit
fairly easy, although you got to cut it apart and stuff.
It's like kind of expensive.
If you're cooking, man, I would like a triple bacon cheeseburger with egg and avocado. Thank you. I'll have two. And what would be your dream, like, if somebody's cooking for you that's like somewhat reasonable from the back of their car or from
like a bag of salad.
Yeah, a
like
bag of salad.
Like
Okay.
One of those salad kits.
A salad kit is your dream. All right.
Or I guess if they're cooking, like a hot dog or something, or like corn dogs. I feel like people sleep on corn dogs. More places should have corn dogs.
Dude, have you had those Korean corn dogs?
Yes, the ones with the cheese.
Yeah, that's incredible.
They're so good.
Big fan. I got some like randomly, and they were so good. I didn't know what to expect. They were like
so good.
Yeah. They're so good. But I agree, corn dogs are good. That's funny to say hot dog, but hot dogs are easy because you can just boil them too. You don't really need fire.
I think hot take. I'd rather have a hot dog over a hamburger.
Oh, yeah, hamburgers always. Yes, always hamburgers now. That's funny. Yeah. Interesting. I like hot dogs too, though. Don't get me wrong.
Something about the like.
That's true. I've forgotten that because the last 2 times I've gotten hot dogs, you've been all about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So then, and Oh no, what's going on here?
Around.
Are we still live? Are we still good, you guys? I hope so.
The internet's being slow.
Is the internet still here? I don't know. This thing is saying we're still good, so
Okay.
maybe. I think we're gonna start doing it like this more because we've been trying around different things. Because like yesterday, I think it worked. It's good if we're actually gonna show pictures, but this takes way less battery life. Because this guy, and I I feel like this works better, kind of.
Cool.
Anyway. Um, so I wonder if we still exist. Do I still exist? Does anyone exist? I don't know. What do we have? Let's make food.
Okay.
Maybe we put the tripod out there while we eat dinner. And we go from there.
We're still alive, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Maybe.
that's cool.
Potential.
So maybe it's just not working on here, which is fine. You think?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm confused.
Sorry guys, just a little bit of technical difficulties here, which actually I'm actually surprised that we don't have. Like our technical difficulties aren't bad.
Okay, it's working, I think.
All right, awesome. Yeah. So now, of course, we don't even have this. So maybe we'll eat some food.
Yeah, let's eat some food.
All right, so we'll eat some food with you guys, and then we'll probably take off. Oh, here we go. So how do I see, like...
See what?
Like, how do I get back to, like, our the live stream? Oh, here we go. All right, we're in there. Yeah, we're in there. All right, and we're in here, too. All right, so that's cool. All right, so a few more things we can talk about.
What else should we talk about?
Plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going for our busiest time. So, or our longest day. So we're going to try for 16 miles. For Elizabeth, that will be fairly easy. For me, that will be fairly challenging. I just looked at the terrain. It doesn't look bad. There aren't huge ups and downs, but there are for sure ups and downs. And I don't know. I haven't looked up the weather. I look up the weather, though. Let's see. What is the weather like? You getting tired? Yeah. All right. So it says we're in Julian. So it looks like mid 70s again. We have a huge cold front coming through on Sunday, Monday. It looks like.
That's so fun.
So we'll see. Elizabeth is not the biggest fan of cold weather.
I'm not excited about that.
You're not. All right, so let's see. Well, why don't we make a meal real quick, and then, well, what should we do? Should we just end it?
Yeah, because I want to eat dinner and take a Benadryl.
All right, so hopefully we're gonna try to be more planned. It would be cool to eat dinner with you guys, like a lot of nights or some nights. So we will try to do that. We didn't prepare quickly enough today, so that's okay. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Appreciate all the questions. We had some questions from some new people today, which was awesome.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. I mean, to be honest, I think we'd go for a way longer if people just if we continue. But I think that'll come over time. It'd be fun. I mean, I don't know. I will. If you're so down, I think it'd be fun. I think both of us would like it if we have tons of questions and stuff like that. So
hi.
So please ask questions. It's fun for us. And this is cool. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.